Hello everyone, I am Dr. Abha Kumari, Assistant Professor from Nirmala College. Today, the topic we are going to discuss is find the particular integral when the function is given of the form x equal to x to the power m into v, where v is any function of x. Earlier, we have done so many cases, and so let's do one more. So here three cases arises. The first one, if v is of the form x to the power n, okay, then it can be combined with x to the power m, and then we find the particular integral. Earlier we have done such this type of problem in which we have taken x equals to x to the power ax plus by, and also x to the power 2x plus 3y, or many cases. So we will use that method of solution here. Now second one is, if v is of the form e to the power ax, then x becomes e to the power ax into x to the power m. Then pi can be calculated. This one is also we have done in the previous lecture. So to find the method, how can we solve when with capital X equal to e to the power ax into x to the power m. So go for the previous lecture. Now third one. Here in both the case 1 and in case 2, our denominator cannot become 0. So while substituting these values, we will put d, replace d by d plus a if we have the power a. Okay. And we proceed the method as we have learned earlier. Now case 3. Case 3 is, if v is of the form sin ax and cos ax, that is x equal to x to the power m into sin ax and capital X equals to x to the power m into cos ax, then sin ax is the imaginary part of e to the power I ax. And e to the power ax is what? This is equals to cos ax plus I sin ax. So if we are taking the imaginary part, then we have sin ax in our hand. That's why in case of x to the power m into sin ax, we use the imaginary part of e to the power I ax. And if we have a cos ax, then we will use the real part of e to the power I ax. Fine. That is, the pi of x to the power m into sin ax is given by real imaginary part of the pi for x to the power m into e to the power ix. And if we have to find the particular integral of x to the power m into cos ax, then we have the real part of particular integral for x to the power m into e to the power ix. So to see such method, let us solve a question. The question which we have chosen is, solve d minus 1 whole square into y equal to sin ax. Since the first case and the second case we have done earlier, so many cases and so many problems which we have already done in the previous lecture. So let us see the case 3. In this case 3, I have chosen the question. So let's start the solution. So for the solution part, we first find the auxiliary equation. The auxiliary equation is m minus 1 whole square equals to 0, and this implies m equals to 1 and 1. And this will give the complementary function equal to c1 plus c2x bracket close into e to the power x. Okay, so complementary function we are done. Now the next is our particular integral. So for the particular integral, we write like this. The pi is y equal to 1 divided by d minus 1 whole square into x sine x. Fine. Since we have a trigonometrical function with x and we have a rule, while we have a trigonometrical function, then we use imaginary part. So to solve this question, we use the imaginary part and we write like this, that we have imaginary part in 1 by t minus 1 whole square into x to the power I x, x into e to the power ix. As we have told, e to the power ix is what? So e to the power ix is our cos x plus I sin x. And due to the I sin x, we have this one is the imaginary function. That's why we are choosing here the e to the power ix for the function of sin x. That is the imaginary part. Fine. And we write it like imaginary part in e to the power ix 1 divided by d plus I. Here d is replaced by the power of the exponential function, and the power of the exponential function is e to the power ix, and the I is the coefficient of x. So we will replace here d by d plus I, since we have e to the power ix, and whatever be the coefficient of x here, we will just choose that one to replace d by d plus I, or whatever we have the function here. So here we will write this one as d plus I minus 1 whole square into x. Okay. So let us do some the next one. So next is, we are having here the function of y equals to imaginary part in e to the power ix into 1 divided by d plus I minus 1 whole square into x. Now again, now this is equals to the imaginary part in e to the power ix into 1 divided by. Now we will put I minus 1 outside. Why? Because we have the algebraic function, and whenever we have some algebraic function, then we place it as 1 plus x form. So here, while taking I minus 1 whole square common, we are living with the function as 1 plus d divided by I minus 1 whole square into x. Fine. This one. Now this is equals to what? The imaginary part in e to the power ix divided by. Now solving I minus 1 whole square, what we get here as, this one is equals to minus 2i. So we will write here it minus 2i, and into bracket 1 plus d divided by I minus 1 whole to the power minus 2 into x. Fine. Now, solving this value, we have the imaginary part in e to the power ix divided by minus 2i into. Now, we are going to expand 1 plus d to the power minus 2. So, this is equals to 1 minus 2d divided by I minus 1 plus up to dot dot. We are not going to write the next function. Why? Just because we have x to the power 1, and while differentiating one time we get the 1, and if we differentiate two times we are getting 0. So we are not writing the functions here. We just end up to d and then up to dot dot x. Now this is equals to imaginary part in e to the power ix divided by 2i. Here we have cancel. Okay, fine. In the next step we will cancel the minus sign. So we will write the minus e to the power ix divided by 2i into. Now x is multiplied by 1. We are having x. Then we have d of x, that is a differentiation of x. One time we are living with 1. That's why we will write here minus 2 divided by I minus 1. Fine. Now this is equals to imaginary part in minus 1 divided by 2i into e to the power ix into x minus 2 divided by I minus 1. Since we are looking for some real number in the denominator, so we will multiply by I plus 1 and then again I plus 1. So we are having here 2 divided by I minus 1 into I plus 1 divided by I plus 1. Now this is equals to imaginary part in minus 1 divided by 2i into e to the power ix bracket x minus 2 into I plus 1 divided by minus 2. While solving the denominator, we are leaving with minus 2. Now 2 and 2 are getting cancelled and minus of course. So we are having the function in the next step is imaginary part in minus 1 divided by 2i into e to the power ix bracket x plus I plus 1. Now this is of course is equals to imaginary part in 1 divided by 2. Here it is I. So I have written here minus 1 by 2i into I square. Okay. So this minus I getting the plus sign and this I and I getting cancelled. So we are living with I divided by 2. Okay. So I have written here I divided by 2 and into e to the power ix and then x plus 1 plus I. Fine. Now the next one. So here y equals to imaginary part in sorry, this one is a repetition of the function. No. After that we have the pi is y equals to the imaginary part in 1 by 2 I. Now e to the power ix is now written as cos x plus I sin x bracket. Then we have x plus 1 plus I. Now this is equals to imaginary part in 1 divided by 2. Now I have taken the I in the here and multiply this bracket. So we will having here cos x plus I sin x bracket ix plus I minus 1. I and I getting I square. So I square equal to minus 1. Now this thing equal to, since we are looking for the imaginary part, that's why we will multiply this whole term and only imaginary functions we are going to write. So here it is 1 by 2. Now cos x into ix, we are having x cos x, so we are having x cos x. Now cos x into I, we are having cos x, so again we have cos x here. And while multiplying cos x with minus 1, we are having real number, so we are not going to write it in this bracket. Now again we multiply I sin x with ix. So we are having the real number. So again leave it. Now next I sin x in plus I multiplying, we are having minus sin x. So again real number. So leave it. Now last one. I sin x when multiplied by minus 1, we are having minus I sin x, and this is the imaginary number function. That's why we are writing here minus sin x. Fine. So we are having only three terms in the imaginary part is 1 by 2 x cos x plus cos x minus sin x. So now solving this bracket we have x by 2 cos x plus cos x by 2 minus sin x divided by 2. So hence the complete solution of the differential equation is y equal to c1 plus c2x into e to the power x. This one is our CF part, and then plus x by 2 cos x plus half cos x minus sin x, and this one is our pi part. So this will give us the complete solution of the differential equation when we have a function of the form x to the power m into sin a x. Whatever. That is any algebraic number when multiplied by the trigonometric function, then we will use this method. I hope you all understand it very well. If you have any doubt, any query, then give me a comment in comment box. Thank you all.